You may ask yourself, if is God really a loving father? I was struggling a long time with that. I studied for a long time with a Jewish rabbi who explained me the biological father is the ambassador, the representative of God on this earth. Children learn the image of God by looking at the biological father. My father was a father who worked a lot for us, who sacrificed a lot for us, but who was emotionally distant, who had no time to spend a lot of time with us, answering our questions and so forth. So, I always was struggling, and unconsciously even, I didn't know it until recently, that I had a totally wrong image from God. I thought it's a God who is like judging me if I'm falling. He's not being with me anymore, and he's leaving me alone. And like the last weeks, I really discovered who God really is. He's a loving, patient God. He wants to spend time with us. He wants to be with us. He wants to show us his love. We are closing off to him. You have to give him time. Time in quietness, in peace, to listen to his voice. He's a gentle father who is always with you. He loves you endlessly. It's amazing. And like I experienced it for myself. He wants us to move and walk upright. He wants to educate us to be upright persons, loving persons, that we are full of love, full of his love. But we only can be full of his love if we experience his love in our lives. He's an amazing, father, like Jesus said. And I wish that you discover this God as well. He's amazing. He's endlessly taking time for you if you let him. This morning I was watching television and I could hear his voice saying, hey, you don't want to spend time with me? It's more quality time spending with me than watching all this news and all this stuff. That's how he is. He wants to have time with us. And to explain a bit my way, I was writing a book about what people inspire us, and at the airport in Frankfurt, there was a guy, and I asked him, a young man, 21 years old, I asked him, what has inspired you? He said, my father, because he's my best friend. He's going to soccer with me. We're talking about women, and we're spending a lot of time together in the garden. We play soccer. We do a lot of things together. He's my best friend. And that's, I was amazed because my father was working all the time, and because out of fear wanted to give us all we needed, because he had a hard youth and childhood. But he had no time for us, and I was shocked when this young man said, because I couldn't even imagine that a father would take a lot of time with a son and talking about everything, about women, about everything. But that's how God really is. He wants to spend time with us, and you always have to know, if you have fallen, the only thing he wants that you turn back to him and say, excuse me, Daddy, I did something wrong. I want to come back to you. I preferred things from this world to your eternal things, to your eternal love, and he's embracing you straight away, like Jesus said, like in the parable of the lost son. He's running towards you, and he's not a God that you have to perform or something. He only wants you to be in love, in joy, in peace. He wants to spend time with you. You can talk about your problems with him in detail. And if you fell, you can talk again with him. He's patient. He wants to be with you. Everybody has his things, his demons maybe. You don't have to talk to me about this. I know mine, you know yours. But he's patient. He knows our status, our fallen status. But he's caring. He sent his only son so that he showed us how we should act. So that we study. And we start walking guided by the Holy Spirit, which Jesus said is going to send us, And if we start this living relationship, it's a living God. If we start this relationship with God, you will have a joy you can't imagine. It's not about money. It's not about material thing. If you have this relationship with God, you are fulfilled. You are happy. You are full of love. You are full of joy. Look at me. I'm full of joy and happy. And I wish you that happiness, that joy, and that you can wake up every morning grateful and thankful and full of joy. So try to discover this God, speak to him, tell him, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, tell him, I want to have this relationship, what Tom is talking about. God, show it to me, and he will show it to you. I'm convinced, and I want to have you the same joy I have. So I wish you a joyful day, full of love. And if you got this relationship, spread it with other people. It's time now. Now it's urgent to spread it with other people in this world full of darkness. And God bless you. Pray for me. I pray for you. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a like if you love the video, and share it with other people, okay? God bless you all.